Have you ever pondered upon the significance of learning languages? In the grand scheme of things, it's an integral part of understanding cultures, connecting with others, and broadening one's perspective. In this journey of language acquisition, the method of teaching can make a world of difference. Today, we dive into the heart of this intriguing topic, comparing and contrasting different language teaching methods. First off, the traditional grammar translation method takes center stage. Rooted in classical language teaching, this method emphasizes reading and writing over speaking and listening. It's like learning the rules of a game before playing it. The process involves translating sentences between the target language and the native language and drilling grammatical rules. While it can be quite effective for understanding the linguistic structure, critics argue that it may neglect conversational fluency and cultural context. As we pivot from the grammar translation method, we encounter another traditional method, the audiolingual method. Grounded in behaviorist theory, this approach is all about forming habits through drills and repetition. Imagine a workout for your language muscles with a strong emphasis on pronunciation and grammatical accuracy. However, critics point out that this method may lack focus on meaningful communication, as it's more about memorizing patterns than understanding the context. While it can be useful to get a grip on pronunciation and grammar, it might not be the best bet if your goal is to engage in fluent, natural conversations. On the other hand, the direct method, also known as the natural method, flips the script. Here, the focus is on immersing the learner in the language, much like a child learns their first language. It's all about active engagement in the target language with no translation involved. While this method can foster a natural feel for the language and its nuances, it may also present challenges in understanding complex grammatical concepts due to the absence of explicit grammar instruction. Next up, we have the communicative language teaching method, a more modern approach. This method puts communication at its core, aiming to develop learners' ability to use the language in real-life situations. It combines elements from both the grammar translation and direct methods, balancing grammar instruction and communicative tasks. While this method can stimulate real-world language use, it requires a high level of creativity and flexibility from both the teacher and the learner. In our exploration of language teaching methods, a unique approach that stands out is the silent way method. This method is characterized by the teacher remaining mostly silent, encouraging students to become autonomous in their learning. Instead of direct instruction, this method employs the use of color-coded rods and charts to teach grammar and vocabulary in an engaging and interactive way. However, it's not without its critics. Some argue that it's too unorthodox and demanding for some learners. While the silent way method can indeed foster independence and creativity, it might be too challenging for some, particularly those who are more comfortable in a guided learning environment. Finally, there's the task-based language teaching method. This method takes a hands-on approach, using practical tasks as the main vehicle for language learning. It's like learning to swim by jumping into the water. While it can be engaging and practical, it might not suit those who prefer a more structured approach to learning. So, to sum it up, each teaching method comes with its own set of strengths and weaknesses. The grammar translation method offers a solid understanding of linguistic structure, but may lack in conversational fluency. The direct method provides a natural feel for the language, but may struggle with complex grammar. The communicative language teaching method balances grammar and communication, but demands creativity and flexibility. Lastly, the task-based language teaching method offers practical engagement, but may not suit everyone's learning style. And now, let's not forget the Suggestopedia method. This unconventional method uses music, art, and drama, tapping into the creative side of learning, aiming to make the process more enjoyable and effective. It's built on the belief in the power of suggestion to accelerate learning. However, it's important to note that this method has been criticized for lacking scientific evidence to support its claims. While it can make learning fun and engaging, its effectiveness is still a topic of debate. So, as always, it's best to choose the method that aligns with your personal learning style and goals. In the end, the most effective method depends on the learner's individual needs, goals, and preferences. Whichever path you choose in your language learning journey, remember that it's not just about the destination, but also the journey itself. So, embrace the process and enjoy the ride. After all, learning a language opens up a whole new world of possibilities.